Okay, Conrad and Lucy and Caleb, Papa is ready to jump right back into our saga of the Fantastic Four versus Galactus. Look, here's the cover of the next story. It says, "If this be Doomsday." We're not talking about Doctor Doom. We're talking about somebody far greater, Galactus, one of the most powerful entities in the galaxy. And look, he's got power bolts shooting from his fingers, and he's chasing away Johnny, Sue, Reed, and Ben. And in the middle of this, here comes Silver Surfer, this mysterious figure who is the herald of Galactus, and he has an important part to play in this saga. So let's get started. Here we see the Fantastic Four looking up into the sky. The editor summarizes Galactus has landed on Earth. Any additional words of ours would simply fall beside the awesome portent of that one staggering uh, a phrase. Galactus has landed on Earth, and humanity itself totters on the brink of doomsday. Let's see what the Fantastic Four have to say. Reed says Galactus has seen the Watcher. They're facing each other. Stay back. Anything can happen. Yes, remember the Watcher is on hand, not only to observe, but even to take a part in the battle that comes. Sue says Galactus is a giant. He seems to be power personified. Reed, what will happen to us? Johnny points. The Watcher is speaking to him. They act like they know each other. Ben says if we're going to have to tackle him, this is a good time to get into some other kind of business. If you ask me, that bozo looks like he could pulverize the Watcher with his eyes shut. And there he is again, Galactus. And then he speaks and he says, "So 'twas you, the Watcher, who conspired to hide this paltry world from the eyes of Galactus. Know you not that none may thwart my will? Heed my words, pillager of the planets. This tiny speck of matter upon which we stand contains intelligent life. You must not destroy it. Of what import are brief, nameless lives to Galactus?" Big as he is, no swell-headed clown is going to talk about us that way, says the Thing. Sue asks, can it really be? Does he actually mean to attack the entire human race? Reed says, see how he ignores us, as though we're of no consequence. And now we see the whole tableau before us. These two gigantic figures, Galactus and Watcher, facing off with the fate of the world in the balance. It is not my intention to injure any living being, says Galactus, but I must replenish my energy. If petty creatures are wiped out when I drain a planet, it is regrettable but unavoidable. The Thing says, you oversized creep. What do you think we'll be doing while you're trying to mess around here? We'll whittle you down to size, that's what. Galactus says, Watcher, since you seem familiar with these puny creatures, I suggest you advise them to hold their tongues before I erase them with one stroke. And he turns his back to the Thing. Take warning, Galactus, says the Watcher. They are less puny than you think, and the Watcher stands beside them in this fateful hour. Galactus is surprised. Then you would violate your pledge never to interfere in cosmic affairs? So be it. Despite your power, which I know full well, it must not be forgotten, I am supreme unto myself. I am Galactus. This planet contains the energy I need to sustain me. I shall absorb it at will, as I have done for ages in countless galaxies throughout the cosmos. But, says the Watcher, the others were dead worlds. No harm was done. There are billions of living beings on Earth. That can be of no concern to Galactus. That's what you think, Big Mouth, says the thing. We'll make it your concern. It's clobbering time. Whoom. Well, not much happens, right? He didn't even feel it. My extra special Sunday punch, and it was like Nothingsville. Now, what? He dropped some kind of nutty capsule in front of me. Ben, look out! Run! Run! Foof! Yow! My eyes, my nose, what is it? What in blazes is happening? Can't you tell? He's treating us like some sort of bothersome gnats. It's a type of cosmic insect repellent. That's what he thinks of the thing, the mighty powerful thing. He's just an insect. Reed realizes Ben caught it head on. I've got to help him. Cover your face quick. Hold your breath. I'll try to roll you away fast. Ugh! It's worse than being kicked by a mule. Hurry, mister. This way, Reed, says Sue. Follow the sound of my voice. Straight ahead, darling. You don't realize how lucky you are, Ben. Galactus might just as easily have annihilated you at the moment. Thing asks, what does this mean? Ain't there any way we can fight him? There's gotta be a way, says the Torch, and I'm gonna find it. Flame on! And he flames toward Galactus. Torch, no, don't try it. You don't realize the power you're challenging. Maybe not, Watcher, but I know one thing. Nobody ever won a battle by hiding his head in the sand. So you think we're just a pack of insects, huh? Maybe this'll change your mind. And he shoots off a power bolt at Galactus. But look, it doesn't faze Galactus. Holy Hannah, thinks the Torch. He's just standing there, absorbing the flames like they're nothing. And Galactus is turning into a cosmic torch himself. Now his whole body is flaring up like the heart of a blazing sun. You puny human gnats can be more annoying than I had supposed. And look at his eye bolts. He's back to normal again. He's shooting some rays at me. Ugh, he's made the actual electrons in my flame contract just by looking at me. I'm getting covered with soot and ashes. They're smothering my flame. The smoke is too thick. It's engulfing me, choking me. I can't fly anymore. I've got to land. He took the worst I could toss at him without blinking an eye, and then he stopped me dead in my tracks without half trying. What chance can Earth have against someone like him? How do we fight him? How can we stop him? And look at him now. He's turned his back to me. I'm beneath his notice, the same way I'd ignore a flea after I'd brushed it away. And look, Johnny is all ashen and smoky and sooty from Galactus's response. There is nothing more you can do here, warns the Watcher. Return to the others. You shall hear from me anon. Galactus calls, the Silver Surfer. Where is he? Where is my herald? And Johnny remembers. I forgot. He remembers that he forgot. The last we saw of the surfer, Ben had knocked him off the roof. Johnny, asks Sue, Look at you. What happened there on the roof? Johnny says, I just realized how a mosquito must feel when someone swats it. Galactus made a monkey out of me. We've got to do something. We can't just leave it all to the Watcher. Even he's no match for that two-legged nightmare up there. Reed wants us to wait, Johnny. He says we must bide our time until we can decide what must be done. In the meantime, why don't you get cleaned up? What's with you guys? Asks Johnny. Galactus is planning to tear our planet apart, and you're making like a TV shaving commercial. Relax, Johnny, says Ben. We've been trying to cook up a plan. And Reed says, no harm in tidying up while we're thinking, is there, lad? You could use a shower yourself. Nuts, says Johnny. You're just giving up, that's all. Admit it. Well, I must admit that Reed needed a shave. He was looking pretty shaggy. If anyone else said that to me, I'd flatten him, kid. We all went off half-cocked, Johnny, says Reed, and look where it got us. Now stop thinking with your mouth, boy, and settle down. Anyway, says Thing, we got some licks in. I belted that Silver Surfer clear across town. And even as Ben speaks, the strange cosmic creature slowly begins to regain consciousness. For although the sudden impact had shocked him into insensibility, a being who straddles the starways, who surfs through the storms of space, can hardly be injured by a single blow, no matter how powerful it may have been. And so looks, he lays across this sky roof that's above an unknown apartment. But look who's inside. Do you recognize her? It's Alicia Masters, the Thing's girlfriend, the blind young lady who is a sculptress and an artist. And she hears a sound. It says, something has fallen through the skylight behind me. What can it be? Clack! And enters the Silver Surfer while she is working on a sculpture. Truly, the workings of fate are strangely unfathomable, for the studio in which the gleaming stranger has fallen belongs to Alicia Masters, the blind sculptress, the beloved of Ben Grimm. She thinks, a voice softly moaning, whoever it is, must need help. The face of a man. She feels his face. That's the only way she can know what he looks like. Yet different, far different from any I have ever felt before. The surfer responds, man, I am more than man. I am the Silver Surfer. I am herald of Galactus. Silver Surfer? Galactus? I'm afraid I don't understand. What does it matter, says the surfer. Understanding cannot alter the ways of destiny. Alicia says, I've never heard anyone speak so strangely, and yet there is a certain nobility in your voice. Nobility? The word has no meaning to me. You do not see? Are all earthlings thus afflicted? Why, no, of course not. Then you really are not of this planet. It's incredible. Incredible? Nay, it is supremely credible. Earth is but a twinkling dot, a paltry pebble in the vastness of space. Your face, replies Alicia, never have I sensed such unimaginable loneliness in a living being. Perhaps you are hungry. Let me give you something to eat while I try to understand what you've been saying. Hungry? Eat? Asks the surfer. Can it be that you actually consume these foreign morsels? Galactus is right. The mysteries of the universe are truly without limit. But what of Galactus himself? Atop the towering Baxter building, he assembles the many varied objects which drift down from his orbiting spacecraft. And look, he's constructing some unfathomable machine. He says, soon my preparations will be completed, and then this planet will furnish me with all the energy I need until I have stripped it of everything. Then all that will remain shall be for me to search the cosmos once more until I have found another such planet, as I have done for all these ages. Thing says, that guy makes Dr. Doom seem like a piker. What in blazes is he doing up there? Yeah, the Galactus is so powerful, he makes Dr. Doom look like a puppet. Reed says he's preparing to convert the life essence found on Earth into some elemental form of energy for his own survival. We can't let him go any further. But Reed, asks Sue, how can we stop him? The streets all roped off down below. Even the cops don't know what to make of it. It's up to us, kiddies. You're right. Stay here, Sue. Ben and I will tackle him first. It's now or never. No, says Sue. You can't leave me behind. Reed says, it's an order, lady. In case we don't make it, it'll be up to you and Johnny. However, before the determined, dedicated trio can reach their objective, they're blocked by the awesome, imposing figure of the Watcher. Wait, he says, you must reconsider. Your strength is not yet the equal of your courage. Before you press blindly forward, you must hear the words I speak. Reed says there is no more time for speaking. Galactus must be stopped, and it must be now. Thing says, you're pretty big in the talking department, but no cornball speech is going to stop that nut on the roof. No, Ben, wait, says Sue. We must hear him out. And I think that's good advice. You hear him out, sister. That foghorn Fink has been treating us like a bunch of insects since he landed, and I had it right up to my baby blue peepers. Another few seconds won't matter, Ben, says Reed. What is it, Watcher? What more can there be for us to discuss? With an effortless wave of his hand, the somber, towering figure causes a screen of light to appear on the wall, and then he says, before you can battle a foe, you must know all about him. Think of Galactus as a gold miner, prospecting in space, but instead of ore, he digs for energy. The device he is constructing on the roof above is an elemental converter, and its range extends to this entire planet. It has one purpose and one alone. It is created to convert the oceans of Earth into pure energy, energy which Galactus can hoard for himself. Keep your eyes upon the transit screen, which I have materialized in front of you. It will reveal visual images of all that I say. Within a matter of minutes, Galactus's elemental converter will have dehydrated every sea, dried out every body of water known to man. And look, the oceans are all dry. The sea creatures are left waterless. Then, as he continues his relentless search for energy, his ray will strike the cities themselves. Mankind will have to undertake the greatest mass evacuation in history. But eventually, the human race will have no place left to run. The planet encircling ray will reduce the entire globe to a lifeless, empty husk. And look, that's all that's left of the Earth after Galactus's rays get through sucking the elemental life out of it. Oh no, this must be prevented. But how? When Earth's fiery core itself is drained, Galactus will depart, leaving behind nothing more than a few fading fragments of what was once an inhabited world. It's unthinkable. It can't happen. It mustn't happen. There must be a way to stop him. Sue says, it's like some mad, inconceivable nightmare, but one from which we can never awake. Thing says, what are we waiting for? We sure as heck ain't gonna take this lying down. Naturally, you wish to fight back, says the Watcher. As well you should, but you must do so with wisdom. The Watcher has a plan. A plan, says Reed. Plans are a dime a dozen. What we need is power, the power to stop Galactus. Bear with me, says the Watcher. I know of a machine, the like of which cannot be found on Earth, a machine which may save the human race. Where is it? Pleads Reed. We must have it. Alas, it is in a place that only the Human Torch can reach, since I am forbidden to participate actively in any crucial conflict. It is the Torch who must obtain it. The Torch, who alone of the Fantastic Four is able to fly and to travel distances through space. The Torch alone can retrieve this machine, which alone gives the Fantastic Four and Earth some measure of hope against the power of Galactus. Oh my, that's the theme of the next episode of the saga of the Fantastic Four versus Galactus. And of course, this is the saga that includes the power, the majesty, the cosmic entity known as the Silver Surfer. More later. Y'all hang on. I hope you're enjoying this story.